Alright, welcome back. We're doing the next scenario of Guardian of the Abyss, the Knifed Usurper. And I did a little boo-boo, as I usually do. So, really, since I resigned, I didn't really resign properly. But I didn't, when I looked back at the card, it was like add one to the Abyss, and then anyone who was killed, which was Leo, would have been basically permanently dead. And I'm like, ew, oh crap. So, for this one, we're just going to do this scenario as standalone. So all that things I wrote in the sheet doesn't matter. So if I wrote in that sheet this would head over at 6, which would have been, this would start at the Abyss with strength be at 6. And we only got two of the Brotherhoods, and the other Brotherhoods are underneath here. So in this one, instead of having 4, there's only 3 Brotherhoods now. So a little bit weird, but it goes to shows like, hey, this is how basic setup is. And I'm like, well, crap, I screwed up big time. That was really bad. All right, Knight's Usurper. Winlock fiddles with his mustache for a moment while he considers your words. As the leader of the expedition currently scouring through Dashar, the decision whether or not to let you join the expedition is up to him. Look, I read through the evidence you gathered. I know what happened in Cairo. I believe your story, but still, he lets with an expressive sigh. I just don't know how I'm going to convince the rest of the expedition crew. Ancient temples is one thing, but gate to another dimension? This Zeroth fellow? None of this can be real, right? Which is something we must have missed in the last game. I guess because we didn't defeat Neith. Your research and your experience says otherwise. The threat is real. There's a secret organization operating within Egypt. Brotherhood of the Beasts. They are not stopped. Their newfound chosen one will begin a campaign of destruction that will end with the Earth. You insist the last time to be allowed within to the expedition's resources. All right, Winlock relents. I don't know what you're looking for out in the desert, but I hope you find it. You shake your hand and reply. You rather come up empty-handed. All right, I already did the setup. And okay. So we're off to stop the chosen one. The Brotherhood bides their time. With the members of the Brotherhood still at large, your research has been done in secret, a lot away from prying eyes. Now that you are exposed, you know that anyone could be a spy for the secret cabal, even the members of Windlock's expedition. It is a risk you must take in order to stop their plot. Regardless, knowing that they could strike at any moment sets your nerves on edge. Sooner or later, they'll show their hand. You will have to be ready for them. Act 1. The search for the gate. With Lindlock's support, the expedition is underway, but unlike other archaeologists or researchers, you're not searching for ancient crypts or artifacts. You're after something older, far more dangerous, a place that could not believe existed even if you told them. And we get to explore, and we need 4 clues. So, all right, let's go ahead and start music. We're going to do desert again. And all of these are supposed to be out, but it's okay. Let's start with Leo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Survival, beat cop, lightning gun, vicious blow. I quite like this, actually. So, yeah, we'll start what we have here. But I don't need lightning gun so early. Or do I? It only has 3 ammo. I'd rather have survival knife just in case. So, inspiring presence. At least I get an updated beat cop. And I forgot to give us our resources. Alright, there we go. And Ursula starts with 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This automatically gets reshuffled. Connect the dots. I don't think we're going to need to decipher reality just yet. Shortcut, probably not. Dr. Ellie would be fine. Fine clothes. Yeah, let's worry about shortcut later. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's a much better thing. I got another fine clothes. Looks like Ursula refuses to leave the camp without her good clothes. I'm not going to save the world unless I'm looking spiffy. Alright, who do we want to go first? Alright. I can put down both Fieldwork and Dr. Hallowitz and then test. But I'd rather do the test with him because then she can move and have a free exploration. So let's have Anderson go first. And first things first, he's going to use his free action to bring out Feet Cop. And then spend 2 as an action. Bring that out. Survival Knife. Or, no, let's not bring out Survival Knife. So we get 2 back. We're going to spend 1 to bring out Lone Wolf. Then Parlay. I'm up by 1. Speak to the resources stationed here. Looks like it's all the same. Let's go ahead and parlay. Test 2 against that 3. So we're up by 1. So we can look at the top card of that. That is reveal another token. If you fail, add 1. That's not good. X is the strength, is 1 more than the strength of the abyss. That's -3. There's no way. That means the strength of the abyss has gone up. So I just screwed that up. Maybe I shouldn't take tests. So he's just going to go ahead and explore. Under the pyramids. Discard 1 card from your hand. I do not want to do that. So I didn't want to spend this card just yet, but I'm using Inspiring Presence. Or could you help me, Ursula? You have plenty of... No, you can't. So we're going to use Inspiring Presence. So we're up by 2. Oh boy. Oh, we lose all our hands. And we take 1 horror, which we'll put on B-Cop. And there's another point in the, there. Oh well. I'm glad this is not campaign mode, otherwise I'll feel bad. 1 action left, let's explore again. Desert of the Oasis? Nope. Sands of Despair? Nope. River Nile. Must either take 1 horror or discard 1 card from hand at random. I can't discard a card, so I take another horror. That's been very, very lovely. Those goes back together? Yep. And there's 2 clues. Alright. Let's go back in. Alright, let's see, how do we want to do this? Should I use deduction on there? Or no? We're going to put out Dr. Ellie. Look at the top 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tooth. That's going to be helpful. And that's the only thing we have. So we have the Tooth against treachery cards. Then she's going to spend 2 more, put down field work, and And then she's going to move one for free, which will get her field work out. That was our last action. And she's up by 4. So that's 5. Holy shit. There's only one skull and one thing token in here, and we're just screwing up like crazy. She gets 1, he gets 1. She gets another deduction, he gets a machete. Where did I put his cards? Oh yeah, he doesn't have any cards. Alright. The other deduction might be helpful, because I don't think we're going to be using connect the dots to get those two. Alright. Doom. Leo, you get Abyssal Revenant. Farthest from the desert. And otherworld locations. Farthest desert. Okay, farthest desert. Farthest from the desert, but they're all deserts. So I guess we can put him wherever we want. So let's put him right here. Alright, Ursula. Sandstorm. While you're at the desert, gains peril. Alright. So that means he can't help me. This is going to help me though. She's at 4, 5. And she's going to commit her 5 against her. We're up by 2. Let's be up by 3 with fine clothes. 0. Alright. Didn't do anything. I think we're going to have Leo deal with that thing. But how are we going to kill it? Even with machete out, he's not going to be able to have enough things. He moves, gets the machete out, and then it hits. But yeah. Okay. Ursula. So we'll have Ursula go first, and she's going to explore Desert Oasis. 2. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do a free explore action? Use my deduction. Deal 1 damage, 1 horror, limit once per game. Take 3 horror and move 1 strength to this. That might be too bad. You know what? I have something even better. She's not going to do that. She's going to move 1, move over here, and then she's going to use her free deduction, fieldwork and deduction. So fieldwork gives me +2, so I'm at 6, +8. I'm up by 6. And I'm at 6. Seriously, how many of those do I have? I am checking right now. Oh, I actually had 2 of them. Oh, and I have 3. I thought I had 4 of those. Oh well. But still, I've been mostly getting these for all the game. And it is amazing. I must be shuffling it wrong or something. Ugh. But she gets these 2. Then she's going to move back. That's the end of her turn. Alright, Leo. You get 1 free resource because you're home. Because you're lone wolf. Then we're going to put out machete. That's 1 action. Move. That's 1 action. How do we want to do that? Or I could have used that to keep 1, but eh. So, let's go ahead and use resource. emergency cash to gain 3. And that's the end of his turn. Alright, he moves closer. Each gets 1, 1. Ursula, you get Call of the Unknown. That's not good. And Leo, you get a Flamethrower. Which is pretty good. Very good, actually. Alright, so 1 dude goes down. And we get Leo, you get a Sandstorm. If you're in a desert, means peril. Test 3, discard an asset. Discard an asset you control. Take 2 damage, just discard an asset. Well, we're gonna fail, but let's see. Yeah, auto fail. Discard an asset. An asset. I can get rid of Lone Wolf or my machete and just bring out my Flamethrower. That's such a waste of resources, but at this point, I think we're gonna get our Flamethrower out. Alright, Ursula, oops. You get Slumber. Put Slumber into play in your threat area. If there's no copy, gain Surge. When your turn begins, test 3. If you lose, fail 1 action. Oh wow. Oh wow, we definitely need to get rid of that then. Alright. So who do we want to go first? We'll have Leo go first, since we don't need to hit him twice. We're going to play Ever Vigilant. So just play 3, play this. That's 1 action. 2. He'll move back, and the Revenant comes after us. And we are going to use one of these, so that means we have 3 ammo left. So we are at 5, 9 against this, so we're up by 5. And we get -5. 9, 9. Okay, wait, so he's at 4. How much I am at? I'm at 4, 5, 9. Holy. Yeah, we succeeded. If you succeed and the strength is 4 or more, remove 1 strength from the abyss. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And we get to put 4 damage among the enemies, which means all 4 goes in the Revenant, which kills him. Yeah! Bug off. So that was equipped, move, kill. That was all his actions. Alright, Ursula. After strength is removed from the abyss, this is automatically gone. How do we want to do this? I think it's best. We'll call the unknown. It's going to kill us for 2 hard no matter what. So let's declare here, because that's the only thing we can do. But we're not going to move and do it. We're going to have to move forward. So we're going to explore. Deserts, Sahara, Sunswept Ruins, the Black Wind. You must either add 1 strength at best and add to the victory's pile, discard and draw the top card that's going to replace it. You get +1 to all skills for the remainder of this round. Ugh. I don't want to do that, so I'm just gonna add 1 to the abyss. Then she's going to go ahead and explore. Alright. Once again, you get something bad. Test 3 feet. For each fail, lose 1 resource. If you can't, take 1 damage. So we have this that's going to help us. We're at 5 against 3, so we're up by 1. Yeah, that's... So we lose 2 resources and take 1 damage. Let's go ahead, explore again. Sands of the Star. Okay, finally we got one. Again, we get in most of these things with Final Fight 1. And there's no clues on it. Well, crap baskets. That kind of ruined my plan. Oh well. So Call of the Unknown hits us for 2 horror. Put 1 on Dr. Helly because it's not direct, and it shuffles back in. Alright. 1 resource, 1 resource. Ursula, you get Inspiring Mind. Leo, you get another lightning gun. Okie dokie. I'm regretting getting that lightning gun, to be honest. I hate it. Alright, so Doom goes on. We're halfway through. So, Leo, you get Eclipse. Test 3 will. We're up by 1. If you fail, must either take her or choose an ally to your location to be defeated. Ugh, I don't want to kill my B cup. Come on. We're up by 1. Of course. You get a -2. So, I'm just taking the horror at that point. But B cup, next time you're gonna die. And Ursula, you get another Eclipse. I swear I should. Ugh, so you get a +1, so you're at 3. I have Relic of Ages. Okay. Well. So she's up by 1 again. 0. She passed. Alright. Let's go. Leo can go 1, 2, and keep moving. I think that's what we're going to do. Have Leo search. So he gains 1 because of Lone Wolf. 1, 2. He's going to explore. Faithless Sphinx. No. No, he must spend 2 resources to do so. Crypt. No. Okay, we got desert, so it's kind of like move these kind of like this. There we go. Take 1 damage, or lose 1 action. Hey, beautiful! Let's see. Well, we can't lose an action, so once again, we take 1 damage. Actually, I think I may as well put it on Beat Cop. That's all he's really good for. Alright, Ursula. There's 2 on here. I was thinking that she would go back, grab those, and then connect the dots over, but she lost all her resources. So that's not happening. So I think the best bet we just work on getting that. So her action, she's going to go down, and she's going to use her field work and deduction to get both those clues at the same time. So she's at 6. 8. We're up by 5. Oh, let's get that 1. +1. Okay. So we get those 2. And we're going to go ahead and spend these tokens to continue its act before that continues. It has been several weeks since you set forth from Cairo, but to your dismay you have found no signs of the old worthy gate to which the Brotherhood supposedly retreated. Just as you consider returning to Cairo to conduct more research, you are summoned to Whitlock's tent, where the wary expedition leader examined a map of Egypt with calloused hands. Oh, good, you're here, he says, fumbling through his pack for an old half-buried tomb which he places on the table in front of you. Thought you may want to see what we found in the crypt to the south. You turn over the book and shift into the charred pages until you come with a map of a desert marked by Egyptian hieroglyphs. It is the same region depicted on the map in front of Winlock. See? See that right there? He points to one of the hieroglyphs on the western side of the map. It means door, with a hint of a smirk, and he points to the same spot on his large map marking your destination. That's what you're looking for? Shuffle aside Eldrith Gate into the exploration deck. So we're looking for that gate, so that's right here. And the gate is a circle. No, it's this. And here. So, let's actually do this. Wait, where was I? That goes there. Like I wanted to go this down and this. So this is we need to explore here or here. That one loses our resources. Wait, no. So she went. Okay, I think I just messed this up. Okay, so we went to the Nile, then to the desert. Then she went here. We went this way. No, we had to go this way. So why is she here? Oh, my brain's all over the place. Oh, and I lost a card. Ugh. All right, well, this is all shuffled anyway. All right, so what did I just do? I had that out already. Where did I get it from? Oh, I must have gotten from the dunes of Sahara. Yeah, okay, so she moved up here. Grabbed those two. Then dunes are also next to the expedition camp, though. Well, if I know what's going on. Yeah, I seriously don't remember what I just did. That's how bad my memory is. So... oh my god. I feel so awkward right now. Alright. Well, crap. Let's just... got the last clues and we spent it. We moved her. We got it all at the same time. Which must have been here, and we took 1 damage. Alright. I think that's basically how that was. And then we did that. Alright. Having significantly narrowed down the location of the gateway, you part ways with Wintlock and his team. You don't want them to follow where you're going. At the end of the round, each undefeated investigator at the Eldritch Gate spend a number of clues to advance, and we need 2 clues. I do have another deduction? No, I do not. And I didn't know this. I didn't look at the shroud location. But we need to be here or there. There's no way we can do that, so we move 1, 2 back. But I do have Relic of Ages and Inquiring Mind to help us pick up clues. And the field work will help. So she's going to move 1, 2 to move back. That's the end of her actions. Alright, Leo. You get 1 for that. And you can move 1, 2 and try to explore for the item we're looking for. We are looking... Abyssal Reach. No, we get this instead. So... could you help us, or is this a peril? Nope, not a peril. So you can help us, but do you want to? No, not really. We do have connected dots. So X, take 1 damage and 1 horror. So his horror is already low. That's only if he takes -2. He's at 4, so he's up by Strength of the Abyss is 5. Ugh. Yeah, let's give. She's gonna give you Inquire in Mind. So you have 3. You're at 7 against 5. So if you're up by 2. +1 doesn't help. Doesn't we get through it? That's all our actions. Okay. Let's give him 3. She gets 1. Leo, you get Psychosis once again. That's not good. Ursula, you get Decipher Reality. You're not going to get that because you'll have to decipher through that. So that's not good at all. All right, 1 doom. And we get Leo. You get Underneath the Pyramids. Test 3. So we're at 1 up 1. Up 1. Huh. You got it. Ursula. Sandstorm. So you're at +1. So you're up by 2. If you want anything to help you? No, not necessarily. I kind of want to keep that bow. 0. And you draw a card. I think that's the first time she actually draws a card from her thing. Pathfinder. Okay. That's going to be helpful. I hope. Alright. How do we want to do this? I think we're going to have Leo go first. We're not going to get Lone Wolf, but that's okay. And we're going to get rid of Psychosis, because that really hurt us last time. And we're going to explore. Faceless Sphinx. Crap. Okay, where should I put this? Because that's kind of... Put it this way. So he's going to go to the Faceless Sphinx, which also goes to the Nile River. There's 2 clues on it. And you're stuck there now. I didn't want to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, Ursula. Where do you want to go? We want to go ahead and explore. First action is going to explore, so we're down 2 actions. Alright. No. The Eldrith Gate. There's 2 clue tokens. We found the gate. Let's see what it says. The colossal archway looms before you, appearing something out of fiction. It doesn't take an archaeologist to realize it isn't Egyptian in origin. Its gateway truly leads somewhere else. There must be a way to activate it. There's 2 clues tokens on it, and we need clues. So this goes here. This goes here. And goes somewhere else, but we don't have that location. So we're gonna go ahead and use field work. Let's see. In the printed shad location. So if I try, well, either way, I will need to get all of them, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna pitch. So I'm at 6. I'm up by 4. So I'm gonna pitch. Connect the dots to be up by 6. Get a +1. And she's going to investigate, and she's going to pitch Decipher Reality, because there's no way we're going to not be able to use it. Oh, are we up by... How much are we down by? I want to definitely get this, so we're going to pitch Relic of Ages too. -2. We definitely got it. Sweet, so she has 1 action left, and she's going to spend... at the end of the round. So she's already there, so she can... What she want to do? She's going to draw a card. That's helpful. Alright. So, we each get 1. Alright. Draw a card. Leo, you get Inspiring Presence. That's going to be helpful for Peacock. Ursula, you get Guts. That's going to be very helpful. Alright. Now, at the end of the round, we'll spend our Clue 2 tokens to advance the act. Reality slips away as you cross the threshold of the gate. Wait. Each undefeated, so we can't do that until he's there. So we gotta get him there first. So Ursula's gonna spend her time here. Alright. So, Doom goes in. Next turn we'll hit. Leo, you get an Abyssal Revenant who spawns... Where's the old Abyssal Revenant? Did I put him over there? No. Where did I put you? Let's just use the skeleton. They'll be over here. Farthest desert. He's gonna slowly come out, shamble over. And Ursula, you get Abyssal Reach. And you're gonna play Guts. So you got +2, +1. So that's +3, that's 6. Against its 5. And we'll play Eureka too. So we're up by 3. So yep, you got it. So you first draw a card because of Guts, crack the case. And then Eureka gets 1, 2, 3. We'll get the discs. Alright, let's go ahead and have Leo go first. He gets 1 over here. He goes because of Lone Wolf, and 1, 2. There's 1 left, action left. And he's going to go ahead and draw a card for free. Expedition Journal, which I don't think we're going to need anytime soon. Well, I think the expedition's near its end, but yeah. Okay, Ursula. You're gonna go first action. It's gonna spend for the discs. And then you're gonna go ahead. So I draw 2 cards or get 3 to get 2? Draw cards, or should I try to get ready to get Pathfinder out? I think we're gonna grab 1. Let's do both. 1 and 1. Other ornate bow. Alright. That's the end of our turns. So we each get 1, 1. Leo, you get out of here. Ursula, you get shortcuts. Alright. So now we spend our clues, which I kind of already did. Alright. Reality slips away as you cross the threshold of the gate. The sandy dunes fold into the foundation of the earth and the firmament splits. The cover of the world bleed into the archway. When the next you open your eyes, you're at a place between worlds. At the opposite end of the corner, a figure emerges from the doorway beyond. Faceless and wielding a curved blade that pulses with dark power. You shall be my next sacrifice. The voice sees. We don't have ancient and can play because we get that last game. Set aside Dream Bitwick's location into play. Dream Bitwicks into play. Let's put it right there. Revealed location side up. Move each fish scare and move all locations from the game. That means this guy's gone. It's like trying to shamble the board, like, oh, I missed it. Yeah. There we go. So these are all gone away, including the Eldritch Gate. Put that over here for now. All the world extra number. If strength abyss is 0, sensitivity abyss to 1. If you successfully flip it over and resolve the text. Okay. Spawn the set aside Zeroth enemy and a Dream Bitwix. Enemies face up. So he comes out. Xerox gets plus 5 health, so he's at plus 5 per investigator, plus his natural 5, so he's at 15. And cannot be defeated by damage. Lovely. So much for you, Flameflower. Parlay, or excess strength abyss. You succeed, flip it over, resolve the text. If you fail, Xeroth attacks you. So this guy, who should we use for him? I don't really have like a warrior-like character in here. Let's use a maniac. And he's on the same plan. So he's gonna be on Leo. Shuffle each set aside copy of Dreaded Strength in the encounter table along with the discard pile. Alright, so these go together. Kind of weird he shows up this early, but okay. And I don't think we're going to explore anytime soon, so let's put these out of the way. Alright. The Knight's Usurper. Xeroth has gathered his strength, slaying each and every dreamer who crosses between this realm and the abyss beyond. When the last soul is his, who will be left to prevent his conquest? We have to find a way to stop him. If Xeroth is exhausted, an investigator may choose to advance. Limit once per phase. So we need to dodge him. And you know what? I think we're good on that, to be honest. So, instead of putting him here, let's put him here on Ursula. And that's an elite enemy, so I'm sure we can't use the disc. Alright, so Doom goes on. Which flips. Having the perfect moment to strike, the remainder members of the Brotherhood ambush you in the night. For Neferka, for Exala, the cry exalted when they surround your camp. The eyes are burning red and unnatural power. Your muscles bulge and their veins pulsing with bizarre fluid. Nothing you say deters their attack, and you wonder if there are any humanity left in their minds. Each investigator takes a random Brotherhood and others to spawn to engage with them. Until each of the enemies under the scenario reference cards have been spawned, or each investigator spawn each enemy in this way, spawn enemy under the scenario card one at a time. Empty locations farthest. What? Is that? But we're not in the Did I do this wrong? Ignore. So they all spawn on us all at the same time? Are you kidding me? Holy crap! That's the end of this game. So, Leo, you get Najor. Ursula, you get Farod. And you get Nadia and Namir. So, this can kill one of them. So here's the thing. That's 5. I will have to beat this 5. I don't want to do that. Okay. This is interesting. That just like came out of nowhere. Not only he showed up, everyone else showed up too to the party. Alright. Well, thank goodness I have flamethrower. In fact, let's put these over here and this one here because we're going to use it. He's going to have to do a lot of killing. And flamethrower is going to be helpful in that regard. Zerath is still going to be here against her. This guy, we're going to use this guy for her assist with him. We have the witch. Where are you, witch? Witch be right here. That'll be for Nadia. And Nazor. We'll just have a regular cult guy. Okay. Engaged with you. So he can only hit Nazor and Nadia. So he kills her first, then goes up and Naj. Then he can engage Farid. Yes. Okay. I think this is good. So we're going to discs Farid. Yep, we're going to disc get rid of Farid. He's not elite. He spawned on our location. He's dead automatically. Goes in the victor pile. Alright, so he goes away. Alright, so schemes in the dark beyond. This sinister plot threatens not only your world but another. You have only one chance to stop them from achieving their goal. Now is the time for action. Investor cannot parlay with Brotherhood enemies. Each Brotherhood enemy cannot be flipped over. After the 4th and 8th agenda, add 1 to the abyss. Lovely. Okay. This is going to be quite interesting. Alright, Leo. Well, it's not our turn just yet. Leo, you get an Eclipse. If you fail, take horror, choose an ally to be defeated. Well, we don't want that. So you're at 1. We'll use Inspiring Presence to be up by 2. Good thing we got that 1 out of the way. And because we're at peril, we can't, Ursula can't help us. Cult. Oh. 0. Oh, we did it. Oh, we did it. Which heals our beat cop. So that's going to be helpful. And Ursula, you get the Black Wind. Add 1 strength. Yeah, we're going to add 1 strength. I don't want -1 right now. So the strength of this is 6. Oh. Which is harder on Zerath. Okay. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Leo's going first. He's going to have to attack her because she is the highest. So she's at 5. I'm at 5. Actually, I'm at 9. And we'll use Lightning Gun. In case we do get that or the X. Actually, I think the skull will still kill us. Could you help us? Yes, she's going to pit Ornate Bow to help us. So, I think only the auto fail is going to hit, but we'll make sure if it comes down to it. 1, 2. Both my calling in favors at the same time, but no actual allies. And I haven't been finding too many allies in this right now. Alright. But that does mean we do get them. Let's take one out here. So, we have 4 damage to put on anyone. Let's see. So we'll put 3 on Nader, which kills her. right there so you guys can actually see him. So Nadia is dead. Nader, you got 1 damage. But we're going to use 1 damage on B-Cop to put another damage on you. Then we're going to flamethrower your butt once again. Yep, I'm up 5. Yeah, I'm up by 1. So, bam. Nader's dead. All coming up at the same time. Ugh, you have 1 action left. I can parlay, but there's no way I'm going to win with that. Successfully flip this over. Alright, so he's going to investigate. So that, do I really want to do that? Because, or do I want to save it? Well, we want to invade. Yeah, we want to invade. So, he's just going to draw a card. Hopefully that'll help us. Yeah, that's going to somewhat help us. Alright. Ursula, we are going to have to get you out of there. So we're going to evade. It's at 4, so we're at 0. You're going to pitch your Pathfinder. And Leo is going to get the hell I'm out of here to help. So, you at up by 3. So even if I pitch shortcut, it's not going to help. Okay. Ooh, he's knocked down. Oh, there's still 2 actions left. Do you want to talk to him? That's against a 6. Or do you want to try to get out of here? Investigate. I think it might be best to try to get out of here. So, I think if we flip him over, he'll probably say something. You don't have something of what we need. If I flip this over, I might get to it. But at the same time, this is not a real serious game. And I'm more curious what's behind him. And I'm down by 2. I could be up by 2. So let's do that. He's going to pitch those 2. You're going to pitch 2 of these. It's going to be up by 2 to flip him. And she's going to talk to him and say, hey! Hey! Auto fail! Now that means I can't do jack crap. Let's investigate. Add a 0. No, you're not. Goes on here. Well, bam, bam. Ursula, you get manual dexterity. You get calling in favors. He gets back up, and who's going to go to? He'll probably go to Ursula, since we can use manual dexterity on him to evade him. Doom, which we already did. Alright, so Leo, Abyssal Reach. You're down by 2. So he puts 1 Doom on. Ursula. Crap. Alright. So we're gonna do Ursula, then that goes away. Ursula, first you need to wake up because you're slowly getting a slumber, but you also, this is going to also affect this, so we're up by 2. No way, we've definitely lost that. I don't know what that's from. So we lose 1 action, so we're only at 2 actions. So she's going to evade, and she's going to use our manual dexterity. And he's going to use calling in favors to help, and I've been putting these plates in the wrong area. Darn it. So she's at 6. She's up by 3. Best we can go. Plus 1. He's evaded. She has 1 action left. And she draws a card. Field work. Okay. And she's just going to investigate because there's no way we can do it any other way. We're up by 0. -1. Nope. Alright, Leo. How do we want to do this? There literally is nothing you can do, huh? I want to spend 2 resources. Spend 6 resources. To get a +3. And thing with my keen eye. First time using it. So we're at 6 against its 4. It's 1 action. Well, that's not an Ursula. We're up by 2. No. Yeah, we're up by 2. And that doesn't do anything, so we'll do it again. Since that stays on. We're up by 2. There, did it. We investigated. What's in it? Let's put this to 6, we know what she's done. The gateway beyond this corridor leads to a place beyond the physical world, a place where dreams and reality converge. You're studying your thoughts and stare into the abyss. The abyss embraces you. Put each of the remaining set-aside locations in play. Revealed locations face up. Investigate, resolve, and disengage each enemy and moves to the great abyss. So, Leo just went over here. So let's figure out how this all goes. So looks like that goes right here. This goes, that go there, that go back. So it looks like there's all going back and forth. Alright, Ellie, let's put you down more. Alright guys, 1 action left. Oh, he's at 6. Do I want to try to get that? It's probably the last time, and we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna prepare for the worst. So he's at 7. We're up by 2. Get 1 clue. All right. So 1 doom goes on, or well, first things first. Bam, bam. Ursula, you get Dr. Ellie, and you get Lone Wolf. He's gonna get back up and go back right back to Ursula. She's gonna have to do a lot of pitching in order to get rid of him. All right, 1 doom goes down. Leo, you get the Black Wing. Screw it, I don't want to get -1. I don't care at this point. I don't care how strong that thing is. Ursula, you get Abyssal Reach. Maybe I do care. X, so she's at 4 against 7, down by 3. Oh, she moves. But he would also move with her. After this test ends, you may move to... So, she gets +1. So, I was against her will. Her will's 4. So, at 5. So, it's 2. Take 1 damage and 1 horror. Does she... If she moves, does this guy come over? I don't think so. So, I think if you may move to a connecting location. It's not a move action, though. But it's still engaged to her. Doesn't disengages. Do I want to do that? That's the question. Oh, let's get all these clues over here too. Yeah, I think we do. Even if Leo doesn't get it, we still need to help pitch it in to get rid of him. All right. So, after you move to a location, and this location has 1 clue, exhaust, you get +1 for the next skill test you perform this phase. We're going to do that, because we moved to this location, and we are going to evade. Now, we're going to pitch Lone Wolf to help her. So she's at 4, 4. So she's up by 3. Oh, he's evaded. Oh, and we have to do this slumber first. Crap. So that would stay back. He would be back, and this would be for this. So we actually pass this, so she gains a card because of this. That's not going to help. Now he's going to pitch that. We're going to try to evade him. -1. So he's evaded. Okay, how do I want to do this? We're not getting that anytime soon. She could get both of those, but she won't be able to test that and to move. So what do we want Leo? Leo definitely doesn't want this. He has a lot of will, so he wants this. So should I have her go down? Do that. And then, oh, how's my Silas doing? Whoa! We could do tunnels on her, not Grant. She's more definitely going to get the mist-filled caverns, though. Or a stairway. Alright. I think it's best for us. I don't think there's no real best question here. So, what I'm going to do is move her. Well, it's going to have to be her. I was thinking him move over here. He get those, and then she moves over get them. Well, she moves and get one. You get another one for free. He can get that one up there. Yeah, okay. I think that's what we're going to do. So she's going to move right here. For one, she has our free, so she's up by 3. That's as good as we're going to get it. How many cards does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So higher education will help us later. -1, so he gets 1. Use our last action. Let's put that back in. Get that one. Field work isn't going to help to actually pass it. Oh, no, it's on auto fail. Alright. Leo, you are going to move up here. And grab these 2 clues. You're up by 1. No, actually, let's move you over here. Try to get this one. So you're up by 2. 0. So he gets that one. We have a lot of things we can do. Do we want to grab cards or do we want to grab resources? I think it's grab cards. So 1, 2. That all is going to help me. Maybe not the vicious blow as much, but it will help. Alright. This guy's turn is gone. Gain 1 resource. So 1 resource. This guy gets back up. He doesn't move. Do they move? No. Yeah, exhausted cards. I was thinking he would move. He doesn't. So, that's good. Alright, so Ursula, you get fine clothes, and Leo, you get bathed in blood. That's not good. It means we have to get rid of our cat burger. We don't want to get rid of our peacock just yet. Alright. Goes back up. Doom goes in, which means the strength of the abyss goes up by 1. So Leo, you find Dark Sacrifice. So basically, anytime the strength goes up, we get to take damage. And she gets Swarm of Locusts. That's not particularly too bad. I don't want to pitch. I can start pitching these for this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's going to pitch 1 for higher education. No, higher education is going to help us with Swarm of Locusts. What am I thinking? That'll help us for Slumber. So she's going to test 3. So she's up by 1. So she's up by 2. We can't pitch anything. Because I want to use that for the Slumber. Oh. Okay, so we pass it. And which means she gets a new card. Call of the Unknown. Of course she did. Alright, for her turn, at the beginning of your turn, choose a location. She should probably get this move. There's no way. She's going to get hit by that called location, so we'll just say the easiest one right here, tunnels. Alright. So Slumber comes into play, and we're going to spend 1 higher education. So we're up by 5, so we're up by 3. -1. We pass. But we do not get the card because we already used that on this. Alright. So, for our 3 actions, she's going to test. She's at 0 though. I can pitch 2 to be at +2, but then I'll lose my higher education. So let's, first action, let's draw a card. Next action, draw a card. Okay, those can all be helpful actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna pitch Ornate Bow and Fine Clothes. So she'd be up by 2. That's as far as she can get. Oh. Flips it. The mist grows ever thicker as you make your throw deeper to the abyss. Finally, you come to an open chamber where the mists have receded, and you are greeted by a tall statue of an elderly man with a great beard and a mane of long hair. He rides a chariot, formed with a long seashell and pulled by the beasts of both wondrous and strange. Oh, it's a Nodin! Sweet! Must choose one. Test strength or test will. Entreat the enemy to statues. If you succeed, remember you plead for help. Overthrow the statue. If you top this over, remember that you confronted the ruler of this realm. Plead for help. So we're going to plead for help, and we're going to play Guts. So we're up by 5, so we're up by 3. Oh, so remember that we pleaded for help. So I'm just going to put this kind of like here and remember, because I usually put these on top. So I'll put this on the top right here, I guess. And that's the end of her turn. And we get a card because of Guts, a Discs. Okay. Now for Anderson's turn. Zerath is not going to be helpful. So just draw 1 card. Deal DeLuca. And she's going to grab 1 extra card, Chitaka. And he's going to grab 1 resource. That's the end of his turn. Oh crap. Zerath's going to move, and who's going to attack? I think it's best to attack Ursula because she can evade him, and she takes 2 horror. Oh crap, I forgot about that. It's called the Unknown. Okay, so she gets hit. She gets 2 damage. in one can kill off Helle. Oh hell. Someone's gonna be stuck with one. So, alright Ursula. Sucks to be you. So she's one horror away from dying. Alright. So we each get, let's put one right here. And one right here. Leo, you get a 45. Ursula, you got Key of Yeast. Oh, that Key of Yeast will definitely be helpful. Whew. Alright. Alright, one goes in here. And Leo, you get Under the Pyramids. Discard one card from hand. If you cannot discard, take one horror. You cannot take horror. Can you help us? 1, 2. Yes. Oh. Spend one. You can't use that because that's her resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll pitch Dr. Ellie for you. Or why did I keep Dr. Ellie? I should have killed her. Okay. Well, I don't think Ashitaka's going to be too helpful here. So we're going to pitch Ashitaka. I didn't want to do that, but I think it's best. So we're up by 2. Cult. -2. So we barely passed it. Alright. Ursula. Abyssal Reach. Don't take exactly 2. So she's at 4 against 8, down by 4, +1. So she's at 3. Exactly 3. So she cannot play cards this round. She can't play her Key of Yeast. She can't. What? No. Well, at least if it was up anymore, if I pitched one, she would have died. Or Dr. Ellie would have died, actually. Alright. Puts us on top. Okay. Can't play cards, but you can still commit cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we can also do this. Higher education to talk to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's do that. One of our actions, we're going to try to talk to him. So 1. So how many do we have? We'd have 4 against his 8. So we need. So we take away 2, we'd be the same. I'll be up by 4 if I take away this. So I'm up by 4. Could you help me? Oh, I can't do that. Oh no, that doesn't. 2, 4, 5, 6. And Jake is going to help me. So we're up by 6. 0. So we talked him down. We talked to him. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I'm thinking to disengage. The chosen words are grim whispers. They're worn their way to your ears. The day of Nephilim Ka shall come. The road shall be paved with blood, he promises. Prove your loyalty and you shall be rewarded. When the day comes, you alone shall be spared, refused, and be consumed. Then I alone shall rule this place. Each of the following requirements must be met for you to proceed to R5. The strength of the abyss must be 5 or higher. It is. The investigator must have executed night guns, cut off all escape in front of the ruler of this realm. If the above requirements are not met... Oh! So, basically in this round, if I affronted him, pissed off some, basically in front of this place, we could If the requirements are not met, each investigator must choose whether or not to accept his mercy. So there must be another way to win. I can just say, hey, join him. Because I did that. But the thing is, I was hoping we'd get out. Which means we just got rid of Jake. Oh, crap baskets. You know what? We are going to resign and say, hey, sure, we'll join you. We're getting our ass kicked. So out of curiosity, let's see what's behind here. Because I think there was one, like, resolutions behind here. Move 2 strength or add 2 strength. Okay. This one. Warn the Desidents or cut off all escape. Take control of the summon night guns. That's cool. Executed the night guns. And if we gone. Oh, we can choose advance if we exhausted him. Shit. Oh, okay. Must have said, the strength in the abyss must be 4 or lower. Yeah, there was no way we'd do it. So basically, there is one way if there's a high, there is a low count, which was not going to happen, and there is one where we just have to resign. That was the only way to win, which is the one we did. Because we pleaded for help, there was no way we were going to be able to do that. Well, that sucks. Alright, let's go resign and see what happens. If no reason to resign, go to resolution 1. It's just an arch. Why have you worked up, boss? Wouldn't let crossed his arms. Something about all this felt wrong. He was sure that this place was those folks from Arkham were looking for. A delicately patterned archway that led nowhere at all. And yet wouldn't look certain was something on the other side. It's not Egyptian, he noted, staring at the thing with narrow eyes. Doesn't even look human. You believe those loons? Look, boss, it's nothing. One of his men laughed. It is? Is it? Is it? No step aside? Is it? Check your companion. Record the day of reckoning is coming. Each investigator earns experience equal to X value. So we were just like, we were left alive, and while the world will slowly die. So that was the alternate one where we played this. That was interesting. So yeah, none of this is going to carry over. I should also forgot that he was supposed to get a trauma, but that's only if I continued it. We couldn't continue it. Yeah, never mind then. So yeah, and the next one is going to be the very last one, which is Shattered Aeons, which we go back to the Nexus of Nikai and try to fix what was broken. Alright, see you next time. Thanks for watching.